Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Baseball from New Allmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Don Morgan. Thank you so much for being with us on a beautiful Thursday afternoon in the sun for the baseball game. Of course, final game of the season. This will actually be a continuation of a game that started on Saturday and was called due to lightning and rain. Now, when we got out of this game, as you can see on the scoreboard, we were tied at 0-0, but there is a little bit of pressure being put on by Portales as Josiah Tellez will start the game on third with Trajan Price at second and Hagan Rains at bat with a 1-2 count. So these two teams' final game of the season. Portales looking to go out on a high note after getting a split with Goddard on Tuesday night. So, going to be up to Lovington to see if they can get the sticks moving today and move it along and get out of a little bit of a jam to start the game and then move on, Dawn.
I think that, they're definitely going to want to play their best this afternoon and feel like that they're ending the season on a high note, as good a note as they can after, what's been a troubled year. And we're playing very, very late. In the summer, much later than normal, and so I think all these young men and their families and the coach and the support staff for the school are all kind of anxious to get the to get this regular season done and move on.
Right. Well, we'll be the final game for both of these teams. So again, both of them going to be playing for pride, and when you're looking at Lovington and Portales, doesn't matter really, what the sport is, what the records are. It's important. They want to beat each other. It could almost not matter about anything else. They want to beat each other. And so Lovington going to be looking for bragging rights today until we get to next baseball season for sure. So Coach Deck out meeting with the officials right now. I haven't seen Coach Tellez come out yet, but I know they'll be meeting, and we'll be getting this one back underway again in the second inning. So a recap of how we got to where we are going to be starting this game. Lovington, of course, the visiting team, started out. Diego Brito struck out looking on a 2-1 pitch. Then Luis Garcia flew out to center. Victor Tejeda walked and then stole second. And while Jordy Tavera was batting, Victor got caught, actually his courtesy runner got caught leaning off the bag and got caught in a rundown and was out 6-5-4. In the bottom half of the first inning, it was 1-2-3 and Alda Garcia at shortstop. They 3 straight groundouts to Garcia as Tavera on the hill got through very efficiently. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitches thrown in that first inning.
Five pitches, 3 outs, and all marked from short to first on throws. Now, that you don't see that in a book very often. That defies the odds.
Yes, it certainly does. We went to the top of the second inning. Jordy Tavera led off, and he walked on a 3-1 count, then stole second, stole third, and was left stranded when Jaden Bosquez struck out looking. Jonathan Aceves then striking out, swinging. Gilbert Sanchez striking out, swinging. So they went 1-2-3. We will have one change in the lineup for this afternoon as Bosquez will be going over to the bench, and it will be Damian Ortiz taking over at first base. Damian, of course, not available on Saturday, but he is back here today. So that's where we will pick this one up when we get underway here in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and refresh the lineups for you. For your Lovington Wildcats, batting first and playing third, it'll be Diego Brito. Hitting second is the shortstop, Luis Garcia. Batting third and catching, Victor Tejeda. Hitting in the 4 slot and pitching is Jordy Tavera. Batting fifth and playing at first base is Damian Ortiz. Batting sixth, playing second, Jonathan Aceves. Hitting in the 7th slot, playing center field, Gilbert Sanchez. Batting eighth, playing left field, Cayman Ochoa. And batting ninth and playing in right field is Ryan Marquez. For the Portales Rams, batting first and catching is Chandon Neese. Hitting second and playing center field, Mario Velasco. Batting third is the left fielder, Adrian Ontiveros. In the cleanup spot is the second baseman, Josiah Tellez. Batting fifth, playing first, Trajan Price. Hitting in the 6th slot is the shortstop, Hagan Rains. Batting seventh, third baseman, Caden Gutierrez. Batting in the 8th slot and on the hill, Brett Mitchell. And batting ninth and playing position 9, which is right field, is Dayson Davis. So setting the Cats up for you on the defensive side. And they will start, we'll resume this game with the Cats on defense. It will be Tavera on the hill, Tejeda behind the plate, then Ortiz, Aceves, Garcia, and Brito first to third, Ochoa, Sanchez, and Marquez left to right. And when Portales is in the field, Mitchell should be on the hill. Neese will be his battery mate. Then Price, Tellez, Raines, Gutierrez first to third. And on Taveros, Velasco and Davis from left to right.
And in this bottom of the second inning thus far, Josiah Tellez was hit by a pitch, reached first, stole a base, and then moved to third on a wild pitch. And Trajan Price, your first baseman, batting fifth in the lineup, came up, drew a walk, and then advanced to second on that wild pitch that sent Tellez to third. And that brings up number 2, Hagen Range, your shortstop, and he will get up to the plate with a 1-2 count as the game will resume at that point.
As they still continue to drag the field and get everything ready. You'd have thought they had all day to do that. We'd have been ready to go at 5 o'clock. Saturday we were waiting on umpires. Everything was ready, and we had to wait until after 5:30 for the umps.
I think one of the things that they wait to do, and that's understandable because it dries out so quickly, is water the field down a little bit. They want to drag it, and then while it's relatively smooth, then they want to wet that down. So I guess they want to wait till the very last to make sure that they have a nice even field, and that it's kind of we start off the game at least with it a little bit wet, so that the breeze doesn't kick up quite as much dust. Of course, dragging the field kicks up the dust, and that's what we're dealing with. Luckily, the wind is moving right to left across the field and kind of taking it away, not into our faces here in the booth.
Completely.
Not completely, but I'm afraid that the people who are lined along the fence, there's a pretty good crowd for Portales here, and I noticed they like to bring their own chairs. That there are not many Portales folks in the stands, and I see why, because that part of the stands are pretty much in the sun right now, and I'm sure that aluminum is kind of hot, but they like to bring their chairs and line along the backstop all the way around behind the screen. And they're too deep there with just a smattering of fans in the short bleachers that are in the shade, and just a handful of blue traveling to root on the Lovington Wildcats.
Well, however you're rooting along, whether you're right here at Ram Park or whether you're sitting at home or sitting in the truck watching on your phone or your device or your smart TV, we appreciate you being with us on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please do give us a subscription. You're home for Lovington Sports on YouTube. You can even turn off notifications, but you can stay up to date on all of the latest Lovington sports news. Of course, after today, I doubt we'll have anything else until football, but go ahead and give us a subscription. We would certainly appreciate that. And, of course, also available on the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com.
It is a beautiful afternoon as the skies, at least from our view, are almost completely clear. It does not look like we're going to have a repeat of the weather that interrupted this game and forced the postponement from last Thursday night?
It was last Saturday.
Saturday.
That was a very long day.
It looks nice. A little bit of a breeze, sunshine. The sun is just beginning to go down. I think it's going to be a little bit tough for the left side of the field to deal with. They're definitely going to have to be wearing their shades, I think, with shortstop third and left field looking directly into the setting sun. But otherwise, nice.
Yeah, it certainly is. So a beautiful day to wrap up the baseball season. We'll find out, of course, about baseball and softball playoff seedings coming up either Saturday night or Sunday morning. I'll have to double check on that in the morning. Chances are that neither Lovington baseball or softball will make it in, but we do still have some teams. The Hobbs Eagles baseball team will be in. They are the district champions, and they're going to be playing tomorrow, really trying for the number 1 seed in the state. And the Hobbs Lady Eagles still alive. They're wrapping up their regular season today at home against Carlsbad, so that should be pretty good matchups there. Of course, the softball game today on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and on the Hobbs Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Best of luck, of course, to all of our area teams when the seedings get released later this weekend. Of course, as every other sport, very limited field this year. They're only taking 8 teams instead of the normal 16.
Right.
So that really cuts the field down, and especially when you have to take all 6 of the district champions. And I believe in every classification except maybe the 5A, there are 6 teams in each, or 6
Right.
6 districts in each division. So
So you
and that only
basic-
leaves 2 wild
Right.
cards.
Yeah, that basically creates a wild card situation for the bottom 2 teams in that 8-team bracket. So we won't know for sure who will be in those slots, and we'll find out this weekend. But we were talking before we got on the air just a little while ago about some results that we know in this classification, especially in 4A and 5A, and the results of some games that will have a bearing on the results and on the seedings and so forth going into it, right?
Right. Out of our district, there's a big doubleheader tomorrow between Goddard and Artesia, and that will be for the district championship. This Portales team on Tuesday split with Goddard, which gave them a loss, which will give Artesia the chance to win that district or to win our district if they sweep.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do that, they would go in with a better record. And so I don't, I know we were talking coming home the other night, Artesia, they'd lost a couple of games, softball and baseball, and, you'd have thought they were the 86 Orioles and lost 35 in a row. But, both, of course, I believe the Artesia girls won their district and won our
Right.
district, and
Sure.
the Artesia boys with a chance to do that tomorrow.
And in this game, the results of the outcome of this game doesn't really have any effect, on anything as far as the seedings or anything goes. I mean, the result of this game, as we talked about earlier, is a rivalry game, and it is one of those that each team wants to win. But as far as win or loss, it doesn't really have any repercussions, on the standings, in the district or the seeding or the going into the state tournament.
No, it certainly won't. But again, playing for pride and
Sure.
a big rivalry matchup, you
Every
definitely
game
want to
always,
win.
Yeah, every game always matters. It's just some matter more in terms of the standings when you get toward the end of the season.
As the umps, I believe, finally said, "Okay, let's go." As we've, on about a 6-7 minute delay right now, so getting ready as they finally have wrapped the hoses up and put those away. The Lovington Wildcats will be taking the field. We'll be picking this one up in the bottom of the second inning. Nobody out, no score, but 2 on for Portales. So a definite, the Cats in a bit of a jam to start things off here. And Hagen Rains will be up with a 1-2 count. That's exactly where we were, and I confirmed this with both coaches. We would pick up exactly where we left off on Saturday night.
So Lovington will be looking to try to get some outs and try to get out of the inning without any damage done, since the score is 0-0 right now. They want to try to get out of the inning and try to keep Portales from scoring in their at-bat and then get back to the dugouts and get their own bat swinging.
Well, that's exactly what they are going to try to do, as Tavera on the hill warming up in a bit of a jam already, but not his doing today. But the way the rules go, we pick up where we left off. Tejeda is his battery mate Ortiz in for Bosquez at first, Aceves at second, Garcia at short, Brito at third, then Ochoa, Sanchez, Marquez left to right.
And we also want to say a thank you to the officials, to the umpires in baseball and softball, and the other officials who have had to ride the roller coaster that has been this compressed athletic season, since we were able to get back underway in March. And it has been particularly tough for umpires in baseball, softball, running this late in the year. They're used to not calling games in June. And so we're grateful when we've had at least one umpire, and in some cases we've done games, broadcast games, where there's been one umpire for that, and we are grateful that these umpires have been traveling around as much as they can, doing a lot of games in one day, doing 1 or 2 games, and then driving and then doing another game or two in another city sometimes. So we can't play without them, and we appreciate the officials.
Yes, we certainly do. And, of course, if you want to be an official, I know they're looking for officials in all sports right now. You can contact your local school, and they will tell you how to get involved. So Hagen Rains will step back in, not exactly leading off, with runners at second and third. A 1-2 count on Rains as we get back underway. So Tavera's warm, and Tejeda is ready, and we are ready to get this one back underway. A continuation from Saturday night here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So a 1-2 count as Rains will settle in. Tavera from the stretch. He'll look in, get his sign, and we are back underway as the kick and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be dribbled foul. And so it'll stay at a 1-ball-and-2-strike count on Raines. So the 1-2 count on Raines. Tellez at third, Price at second. And a 1-2 count to Raines at the plate. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Now, nothing wrong with your stream. We're just picking up where we left off on Saturday night. So Tavera looks in, gets the sign he wants from Tejeda. Tejeda set up on the outside, trying to get out of the jam, and the pitch up and away evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
If they have a chance at a playable ball and they can try to cut off the lead runner at home, if that runner goes, in fact, the runner is not forced to go, then I'm sure that's what Lovington's going to be trying to do.
And Lovington not playing the infield in as the 2-2 pitch comes in, and that one is going to be popped up. It will be into shallow right field as Marquez will shade in. He'll get it, and he will fire in, and he'll just go ahead and concede the run as he hits Aceves with the cutoff. So Tellez will score from third, and for Raines, it'll be a sacrifice RBI. So the sacrifice fly out to right, and there is one down, but Portales will draw first blood in this one. Staying stapled over at second is Price, and now it'll be Caden Gutierrez to settle in for Portales. The righty with the open stance gets ready. Lovington in the road blue tops with the white letters and numbers, the white pants. Portales in the home whites. Tavera kicks and fires, and that off-speed pitch hits the outside corner. It'll be strike one.
Nice pitch.
Definitely a nice pitch. So 1 run across, 1 out. Lovington still in a bit of trouble with a man in scoring position in the form of Price. As Tavera checks on Price over at second, Aceves shades over, keeps him honest, now moves back as the 0-1 on the way. That curveball hangs up and evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. I've said it all season. I've been saying it for 20-plus seasons. Got to be careful when you hang that curveball up like that. It's about a foot lower, and it may go a ways.
Yeah, as it was over the head of Gutierrez. And, in fact, Tejeda had to get up and grab that one to keep it from being a pass ball and letting that runner go over to third.
1-1 count as that one is going to be up high through the fastball, but just going to be too high, and it's now 2-1. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Where's Lovington coming off back-to-back losses to Artesia on Tuesday, looking for a little redemption to end the season as the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot and just misses the nope, it hits the Lovington bus. That's injury to insult. Strike 2. I can see the Lovington bus out the door, and it hit the door of the Lovington bus.
Well,
what did that poor bus ever do to you, Mr. Gutierrez?
Maybe just a ding, but at least it didn't break anything. Let's hope.
Just makes it look tough that way. If you've ever seen the old movie, I can't remember what it was. It was a hockey movie. 2-2 pitch, and that one is inside and ding-dong. And so 2 hit batters in this half inning, and now runners at first and second.
1 out, though. So Lovington with possible, there are a few scenarios of double playable balls in this scenario.
So now it'll be Brett Mitchell to the plate. He started out wearing 33, but his number has since changed to 11. So it'll be Mitchell now wearing 11 stepping up to the plate.
And is it Brent or Brett?
I believe it's Brent.
All right, I've got that down as Brent.
I think that's what I have it down as, too. Although I may have said Brett, I believe it's Brent. As the wind and the first pitch to Mitchell is going to be low and in the dirt. Nice job by Tejeda, blocks it out. And it'll be ball 1. Kind of sat on that one before it could get through the legs.
So runners on first and second now. 1 out. And Portales up by 1.
1-0 pitch on the way. Is that one going to stay high and make it a 2-ball and 1-strike count? Tavera having a little trouble with his command here in the early going.
It was a pretty good curve. It just hung up and stayed up a little too much.
So a 2-ball, no-strike count. Tavera checks his runners and comes to the plate. Sidearm sling, and that one is going to be foul down the third baseline. Coach Tellez almost getting a mid on it.
I've often thought that really the base coaches at first and third ought to go out with a glove on them.
I think they could. They make them wear helmets now in a lot of places.
Right.
Not here in New Mexico, but so why not a glove too? Well, we're pretty good fielders in their day. 2-1 pitch, and that one is inside and ding-dong. That is a third hit batter and that will load the bases up full of Rams as Price moves to third, Gutierrez to second, and Mitchell at first. And so Tejeda wisely going to go out and talk to Tavera just a minute and try and settle things in. We will have a courtesy runner, looks like, check into the ball game.
For Mitchell, the pitcher.
And it'll be number 8, and I do not have an 8 on their roster.
I do not either.
Let me double check, make sure that I didn't miss something when we did get there will be some changes and some differences, I know.
It could be a different. Did we have six reserves on the list?
And the wind and the first pitch, and that one's going to be dribbled foul to Davis, and it'll be strike one. I believe maybe it's Munoz. I have a J. Munoz on the roster, so
all right.
That's what we'll go with.
Number 8, J. Munoz.
As the wind and the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up, and that one is out of play. And so Davis quickly down in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. So a no ball, 2 strike count. There is one down, but the base is loaded full of Rams as the Cats in a major jam here. Down 1-0 and trying to limit it to just that. Tavera gets the sign from Tejeda, kicks and fires, swung on, and that one is heading over into the parking lot.
He was ahead of that pitch. It was coming in inside, and he swung and hit that on the very inside part of his bat, really down low toward his hands.
2 strikes, playing plate protection. If Davis can, well, no matter what Davis does, unless he grounds into a double play, it will bring up the top of the lineup as that fastball runs outside, and it's 1-2.
Good news for Lovington is there's a force on any base, and they've got 1 out, so just 1 run has crossed. They still have a chance to get out of this with little or no more damage.
As Tavera gets the sign from Tejeda in the 1-2 pitch, that one is going to be away. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Price at third, Gutierrez at second, Mitchell at first.
And I think what's happened is it's kind of gotten into Tavera's head, the 2 hit pitches, the 2 hit batters, and I think it's in his head, and I think he's overcompensating, and instead of hitting the outside corner.
2-2 pitch outside, and that'll be ball 3, and it'll run the count full to Davis.
Yeah, instead of just hitting the corner, it's way outside. That one he brought in a little bit more. He needs to just trust himself, put it over the plate, throw a strike.
So 3-2 the count. Bases are loaded, nowhere to put him. You don't want to lose the number 9 hitter. Tavera gets the sign, sets at the belt and the kick and the payoff pitch. Up and away, ball 4, and that'll walk the run in. So Davis with the walk and an RBI. And he got up in that one, no balls, 2 strikes, and then loses him to a walk as Gutierrez moves to third, Mitchell to second, Davis at first, and it's now 2-0 in favor of Portales, threatening to blow this one open. So now it'll be Chandon Neese to the plate. Neese 0 for 1 in the game, 0 for 0 on the afternoon, but 0 for 1 on the game. And the first pitch, and that one is going to come in there and just be inside, miss. Ball 1. Yeah. Looked like a pretty good curveball to me, broke late, but just not quite enough.
Looked pretty good. The few Lovington faithful also agreeing with that.
So the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be up high for ball 2. It looks like you mentioned, Tavera being a little tentative. It looks like he's also maybe underthrowing a little bit, because it's just staying up. His release point's a little bit off. He's coming over the top instead of his normal 3/4, and the pitch away, ball 3.
It's a shame it did not hit the corner. So I think he was trying for that breaking ball.
So the 3-ball, no strike count with the Neese, a pretty good stick. It'd be interesting to see if Coach Tellez gives him the green light, if he gets something he can handle. Sanchez shading over towards left, and the 3-0 pitch up high, ball 4, and another walks in another run. So Reese will get an RBI, as that will walk in Gutierrez, and it's now 3-0. Mitchell moves to third, Davis to second, now Neese at first. 3 hit batters in the inning,
and
3 walks, and a sac fly.
And, of course, the first run that came across the plate in this inning was the hit by pitch. The second was because of a walk, and now the third also hit by pitch. So Lovington paying for those issues, those pitching issues.
So now to be Mario Velasco, the center fielder, stepping in for Portales. Another lefty for this Rams lineup. As Tavera kicks and fires, and the first pitch is going to be in there. Took a little bit off of that one and found the strike zone for strike one.
So let's hope he's found his rhythm back. Your score is 3-0 now. Portales in the lead, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Outfield shading a little over towards right with the lefty up. Is that fastball going to be low, I guess, for ball one? Looked like it probably caught the inside corner. Must have been low. So a 1-1 count. Velasco at the plate. Tavera just back from the regular wind, sets in the 1-1, and that one is a line shot out of the end of the glove. Brito knocked it down. That's going to go all the way to the wall. It'll score 1. It'll score 2. It'll score 3 on a stand-up bases clearing double. A throw into the plate, but not nearly in time. So Velasco with the hard shot double down the left field line cashes in 3 as Mitchell scores, Davis scores, Neese scores, and it's 3 RBIs, and now it is 6-0 in favor of Portales. They have broken this one open, and Lovington needs a fire extinguisher with Ontiveros coming to the plate.
Ouch, is all you can say. This is the situation that we talked about when they had 1 out, bases loaded, a force on any, and we're looking to try to get out of the inning before it was a breakout by Portales.
And now Ontiveros steps to the plate. He'll take the first pitch right up the middle, and it'll get past Aceves after it got tipped by Tavera. And Coach Tellez going to go ahead and just hold up Velasco at third. But it's a 1-out single up the middle for Ontiveros. And now runners at the corners for the Rams, and they have batted around as Josiah Tellez steps to the plate. He was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored on the sac fly earlier this inning. 10th batter of the inning to come to the plate for Portales. As Tavera comes off the mound, steps off the rubber, and fakes the throw over to third to keep Velasco honest there. 6 runs across for Portales in this bottom half of the second. Lovington needs to find some outs and find them quickly. Runners at the corners. Tavera gets his sign from Tejeda. Now he's going to check his runners again. He'll set at the belt, and now he'll step off the rubber, and the runners will retreat back to their respective bags. You know, I've said it all season, Dawn. Sometimes I think Lovington's pitching this year has worried too much about the runners on the base paths.
And not enough about the batter at the plate.
As Tavera kicks and fires, that one swung on, hit high in the air. That's to deep center field. It's going back. Sanchez is too, and he will make the grab, and having to run back to first is Ontiveros, but that will cash in the 7th run as Velasco will tag up and come in. So Tellez has a sac RBI fly out to center with the RBI, and it is now 7-0 as Trajan Price to the plate. Walked and moved over on a wild pitch and then later scored. So 7-0, 2 outs now, though, for Lovington. And the first pitch to Price is going to be in the dirt. It'll be ball 1. On that last play, the hit and run was definitely on as Ontiveros was going at the first movement from Tavera. Had to retreat back, though, as the long fly out. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Price at the plate. Tavera gets the sign, kicks and fires. That one going to be low. Throw from Tejeda is off the mark, and sliding in safely is Ontiveros. It was a pretty good throw. It was just a little bit on the third base side of the bag. Ontiveros with good speed. Not sure that even a perfect throw would have gotten him there. And it was ball 2 at the plate to Price. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Tavera trying to get out of this one with no more damage, and the pitch swung on, and that's a chop shot coming up the middle. It'll be handled by Garcia on the run, fires over to Ortiz at first, and so 6-3 for out number 3 mercifully, but 7 runs come across in this bottom half of the second inning. After 2, it's Portales 7, Lovington nothing. This is Lovington Wildcat Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, Shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And welcome back. In the bottom of the second inning, Portales scored 7 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the top of the third inning. Lovington coming up to bat. 7-0 is your score. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan, as the Cats with some work to do, trailing 7-0. Leading it off, it'll be Cayman Ochoa. He'll be followed by Ryan Marquez and then Diego Brito. So it is 8-9-1. Due up for the Wildcats, trailing 7-0, needing to get something going here in this final game of the season. Mitchell still on the hill, 4 Ks back on Saturday. I know he would like to continue that here this afternoon, but Lovington needing base runners in a bad way now.
Definitely. I mean, Lovington has got to put them on. So they've got to be getting their bats swinging, be as aggressive as they can. They might want to try to, just to get something going, they might want to try to, piece together, do some bunting or, play some small ball to get things started, to hopefully get a runner or 2 around and then try to just ignite. If they can do that, then, they can maybe catch up to Portales before too much more damage is done.
Ochoa, just an 8th grader, has seen significant playing time since coming up off the JV after their season ended. So he will lead it off for the Wildcats. As heading out his niece to talk to Mitchell before the throw down to second. So not sure what that's all about. Normally they let him throw a pitch or 2 before they go talk to him. But
right.
I guess they just wanted to make sure they were all on the same page, as Mitchell has changed numbers yet again. As he's now wearing number 7.
All right, then.
And I don't have a 7 on the roster, so I'm assuming that's who he is. And I'll double-check their roster once again. But so Mitchell kicks and fires as the lefty's fastball is going to be inside for ball 1. So underway, top of the third inning. The Cats in a bit of trouble, needing to get some base runners to get things going here. As Mitchell will look. Kicks and fires, and that one is going to be on the outside corner. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. And I'll have to double check. Apparently we have a different batter in Mitchell's place today, as that pitch is going to be low for ball 2. So a 2 ball and 1 strike count. Mitchell on the hill. And on the lineup, he is still listed as 33, but he's wearing number 7. So it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Marquez waits on deck. And the 2-1 pitch. Whoa, that one slips and slides and is away for ball 3.
Yeah, it looked like it just hung up in his hand just a little bit and ended up being very outside.
So a 3-1 count. Ochoa should get something to handle here as Mitchell sets and the lefty delivers and swung on and right back up the middle, and Mitchell snaps it out of the air on the line out. Back to the pitcher, almost one of those defensive grabs, but it'll be out number 1.
And I think it really was a defensive grab. I mean, he put his glove up, seeing that ball coming straight back at him at a pretty good clip. So, unfortunately.
I've said it all year, and I'm going to continue to say it. We just can't buy a break this season. So now it'll be Marquez stepping up. The lefty settles in. And the first pitch from Mitchell is going to be letter high right down the pipe, strike 1. So the no balls, 1 strike count. Marquez, the number 9 hitter. Waits on the pitch. His niece gives the sign, sets up high, and the 0-1. And that one going to be a changeup and floats in for quickly strike 2.
Pretty good-looking ball. Now Marquez does have to protect the plate. He's way behind in the count, 0-2. But if he gets something to hit, he needs to go after it.
Yes, he does. And the pitch swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 3. 5th K of the ball game for Mitchell. And so he will go down on strikes. And so that'll turn the lineup over for the Wildcats, and Diego Brito steps in.
Mitchell has 5 strikeouts, 2 walks in the game. 3 of those strikeouts have gone down swinging, 2 looking. Brito struck out his first time at the plate, of course,
and he'll take the first pitch off the outside corner. It'll be ball 1.
And, of course, that was in the game on Saturday night. Gosh, has it only been since Saturday?
It's only been since Saturday. I know. It has been a very long week or so. Not quite a week yet. 1-0 pitch on the way to Brito, and that one is going to bounce in front of the plate, get away from Neese, and go to the screening. But nobody on, so no harm, no foul.
If Brito can manage to get on, Lovington really needs to maybe get a little 2-out rally going here, get a run or 2 across the plate, at least break the ice and get started, and know that they can score.
Yeah,
try to cut that lead down by a few.
Had a little offensive trouble the last couple of weeks, to be sure, as the 2-0 pitch, and Diego gets buckled by that one. A good curveball, and it'll be strike 1. Mitchell, pretty good stuff from the left side. Pretty good curveball, as a lot of lefties do, and also pretty good fastball, too.
And Brito, a right-handed batter.
2-1 pitch, and that curveball, same pitch, but a different result as it runs inside for ball 3. With a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Portales in the lead, 7-0, top of the third. There are 2 down. Lovington trying to get something going, and the 3-1 pitch, and that one is up high, ball 4, and Diego will work the 5-pitch walk, and so now Lovington going to try and get something going at that 2-out rally maybe that you talked about, Dawn.
Oh, it can happen, definitely. Let's see if Luis Garcia, your shortstop, can get this, keep this inning alive, this at-bat alive for Lovington. He, of course, batting from the left side of the plate.
Garcia flew out to center back in the first on Saturday. This has been a really long game as the wind and the pitch, and that one will run inside for ball 1, a little low, too.
Yeah, in a way you could think and say that this game has been going on since Saturday. Just the continuation part has gone on.
It has. Brito leads off of first. Price will hold him on. Mitchell from the stretch gets the sign, kicks in the pitch, and that will be outside, ball 2. So a 2-ball, no-strike count to Garcia.
And Neese tried to frame that up, tried to bring that back in on the corner and sell it to the ump. He didn't buy it.
And he was set up pretty high, too, and Luis, not the tallest of young men on the Lovington squad. And a pickoff attempt as Brito back in safely. The slap tag put on by Price as he gets back over there.
Top of the third inning. 2 outs, 1 on. 7-0 your score. Portales leading. Lovington trying to chip away at that.
Gutierrez shades slightly towards the bag at third. 2-0 pitch. Brito goes. Throw down from Neese, and if it's a good throw, that's got him. It'll bounce in front of the plate, and a little bit of a collision between Neese and Raines. And backing it up is Tellez, so Brito with the stolen base. So Diego flashing a little bit of speed there, and Neese having to rush the throw just a little bit, so that'll put a man in scoring position. It was strike 1 to Garcia at the plate. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Now Brito at second. Mitchell still from the stretch as Raines will hold Diego on, and the 2-1 pitch up high, ball 3. So maybe Mitchell going to struggle just a little bit here on this warm afternoon from Portales up in northern Roosevelt County. Great to have you with us wherever you happen to be. All over southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world as the 3-1 pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up into shallow center field. Velasco comes in, goes into the power alley, and on the run will record out number 3. So Lovington puts a man on but can't move him around. We've played 2.5. It's Portales 7, Lovington nothing. You're listening to the Lovington Wildcats and the Portales Rams from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
General Welding Supply, Inc., the only locally owned and operated welding supply shop in Lee County, Why is shopping local important? There are many reasons. Shopping local keeps your dollar right here in Lee County. The staff at General Welding Supply shops the same stores you do. How about support? General Welding Supply supports local by sponsoring schools and youth sports. Shop General Welding Supply in Hobbs and Lovington. General Welding Supply, a proud supporter of Lovington sports. Find them fast at Names and Numbers.
For Portales, or rather for Lovington, in the top of the third inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave one runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Hagen Raines, followed by Caden Gutierrez and Brent Mitchell. So it'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for Portales. And they tried to stretch out a 7-0 lead. So hopefully Tavera will be settled in a little more. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan.
Hello, and Raines, last time up, hit a sac fly to right field. It was an RBI, but it was the first out of that at-bat for Portales, which they then exploded and ended up putting 7 runs across.
So Raines with the RBI sacrifice, 0 for 0. Steps in, and now Tavera's ready to go. The kick in, the pitch is up and away, and that will be ball 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count, just underway, bottom of the third inning. Portales trying to put paid to Lovington here in the final game of the season as the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be high for ball 2. Again, Tavera's kind of underthrowing sometimes and kind of overthrowing at others. He hadn't found the happy place yet. So the mechanics and the delivery just a little bit off for Jordy today as the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side. Tejeda gets rid of the mask as that one is coming into the stands as the stands clear out.
Well,
Moses parts the Red Sea literally down there.
It was a very high pop, and that came down with some force. It's been a long time up in the air, and everybody knew that that was going to hurt a little bit if it caught anybody on the way down.
Certainly could. So I guess that baseball, Moses his last name was Rawlings, and parting the Red Sea of the red-clad faithful here in Portales. So a 2-1 delivery swung on, and that's a line shot going to find its way through between third and short. Ochoa will get to it, but it is a leadoff single to left for Raines, and now Caden Gutierrez will step to the plate. Gutierrez hit by a pitch last time up and then scored on the triple. Or on the double, rather. Actually, he scored on the walk, and then the double scored 3 more. I'll get it all straightened out eventually. So stepping in, it'll be Gutierrez. He did go to a 2-2 count before Tavera plunked him last time. So Jordy going to check on the runner over at first as Ortiz holds on Raines over there, and he'll step off the rubber, and Raines will have to scamper back to the bag at first.
So no outs. Here we are in this top of the third inning. Or rather, bottom of the third.
Wind in the pitch, and that one is going to be up, and away. Ball 1 over the head of Gutierrez. Lovington has been having a little trouble with hit batters the last couple of games, too. We've got fly problems up in the booth. So Tavera will kick and fire and showing bunt, pulling it back, a snap throw down and almost airmailing it. Having to leap up was Ortiz to get it. So Raines will stay down at first, but it'll be ball 2 to Gutierrez at the plate. So a 2-0 count to Gutierrez.
No outs.
And again, Tavera trying to find the happy place with the delivery here today. From the stretch is Tavera. Checks on the runner and kicks and fires. That one is swung on. That one is drilled to deep left center field. Going back, and on the run and just out of the reach of Sanchez. Goes to the wall, but he gets it quickly on the bounce off of the aluminum wall. And having to wait to tag up to go to second was Raines. So it'll just be a single for Gutierrez. But now there's 2 on, nobody out. And it'll be Mitchell to the plate. I'm going to double check that roster, just to make sure there is not an 11 on said roster. And there is, but I cannot make out Coach Tellez's handwriting. It may be Salt. So it was a hit by pitch last time, and I'm going to assume it's Salt. So First pitch to that young man swung on, and that one is going to be popped up to the second baseman as Aceves comes in just behind the mound and will make the grab for out number one as that one is popped up to the second baseman. So one down, and we'll move it over to the number 9 hitter, Dason Davis. Davis walked, but has an RBI because the bases were loaded when he took ball 4. So one away now, but 2 on for Portales. They threaten again here in this bottom of the third inning. Runner at first is Gutierrez. Runner at second is Raines. Now Davis at the dish. As Tavera checks his runners, kicks and fires, and that one on the outside corner. Good fastball. It'll be strike 1. A no ball, 1 strike count to the number 9 hitter Davis. With the lefty up, Sanchez and Ochoa shading a little bit over into right. A little bit right from where they'd normally play. Infield at double play depth. As the 0-1 swung on, and that's a little pop fly going to get over the head of a leaping Aceves. And so Coach Tellez going to hold everybody up. He tried to hold Raines up, but he's going to take it in, and there's not going to be a throw. So Raines scores from second. It'll be an RBI single for Davis. As Coach Tellez was trying to whoa up Raines, he wasn't whoaing up at all, and that makes it 8-0. Gutierrez moves to second. And Davis, with his second RBI of the game, stands at first as we turn the lineup over to Chandon Neese. Neese 0 for 1, but at an RBI walk. His last time up. First pitch swung on, and that's a line shot. Going to find its way through into center field once again. Coach Tellez going to hold everybody up, and so that'll load the bases up once again on 3 singles in the inning, 4 singles in the inning. So Lovington has got to figure something out here quickly with Mario Velasco, coming to the plate. He had the 3 RBI double back an inning ago, so he is 1 for 2, but he has done the most damage today in an 8-0 Portales lead. So Velasco, the lefty, will settle in, and the pitch, and that one is going to be a good breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 1.
So 1 out, bases loaded.
Yep, bases are loaded.
With a force on any base.
So that's the good news. Be looking to cut off the lead man if you can. Bottom of the third inning, Portales has blown it open in the 1-0 pitch as Velasco trying to go ahead and maybe put 2 or 3 more on the board. Swings out of his shoes over the top of that fastball and makes it no balls and 2 strikes. Sometimes when the bases are loaded, you really want to cash people in.
They can make you do things at the bat that you don't normally.
So now he's got to play plate protection, and that one is high for ball 1. And Tavera, Jordy wasn't giving him, just one of those kind of throw up there, give it up pitches. He was coming after him, trying to get him to chase a borderline pitch. But Velasco not biting on it. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Tavera sets, checks the runners, and fires outside. And that one is going to get away from Tejeda. He'll toss it over and hit the batter. He's going to hit Gutierrez as he comes in. But it is run number 9 on the board for Portales. Davis moves to second, Neese to third. And the wild pitch will score the run in the form of Gutierrez.
So that's 9-0. Portales in the lead now. Still just 1 out in this inning.
Yeah,
bases runners at second and third now.
Ball 2 to Velasco at the plate. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Now first base is open. As Jordy checks his runners and the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be just inside for ball 3, and that'll run the count full. Pretty close pitch right there. 2 strikes. I'm not sure I could have taken that one. An ump has not called it right there, so he's been consistent both ways. As Jordy fires the payoff pitch outside, ball 4. Ball gets away from Tejeda momentarily. He's been pretty short-gloved all season long. So another walk given up by Lovington pitching, and the bases are loaded again with Adrian Ontiveros coming to the plate.
So
Ontiveros with a single his last time up was left stranded. But now with just 1 out and the bases still juiced.
Now Davis out on third. You've got Nice on second. Velasco on first after
First
the
pitch
walk.
outside, and they go ahead and send the man in, and he slides around the tag. As Davis takes off. The squeeze was on. Davis makes it 10-0.
Wow, you don't see a steal home very often.
No, you don't.
That's pretty amazing.
It's that's pretty much indicative of the Wildcats season. I've just got to say that. They fought hard, but nothing has gone their way.
So on a steal home.
Has the pitch outside, and that one almost gets away from Tavera, and it's ball 2 to Ontiveros. Runner at first is Velasco. Runner at third is Nice. And it's now 10-0. Our Portales all over the Cats. So final game of the season, as stepping off the rubber is Tavera. Everybody retreating back to their bases. So Portales looks like they want to see if they can end this afternoon early. Up by 10 here in the bottom of the third, and the pitch swung on, and that's a high shot out into right, and coming in, and whoa, making the catch, the ice cream cone by Marquez gets it. Tagging up and coming home, though, is going to be Nice on the play at first. So it's 2 outs. A great play by Marquez, but the run scores. So Ontiveros with a sac fly to right scores the 11th run of the day. There is 2 outs, and now Tellez comes to the plate. So Tellez will come up to the plate. Here in this third inning, runner at first is Velasco. First pitch swung on, and that one is hit high in the air to shallow center field. Coming in is Sanchez, and he will get it on the run. And so Tellez will fly out to center for the second time this game, and it will end the inning. But 1, 2, 3, 4 more runs come across for the Rams. We head to the fourth. It's Portales 11, Lovington yet to score. This is Wildcat Baseball from the Walmart Digital One Radio Square Sports.
Hey, all you Lovington Wildcat fans! Lovington sports are in full swing, and at the Lovington schools, they'd like for you to come out and cheer on the Lovington Wildcats. Lovington Schools is the best district in all of Lee County. For more information on the Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net. And don't forget to support the Lovington schools and the Lovington Wildcats. Hey, all you Lovington Wildcat fans! Lovington sports are in full swing, and at the Lovington schools, they'd like for you to come out and cheer on the Lovington Wildcats. Lovington Schools is the best district in all of Lee County. For more information on the Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net. And don't forget to support the Lovington schools and the Lovington Wildcats.
And back in Portales with Lovington baseball in the bottom of the third inning. Portales put 4 runs on for 4 hits. There were no errors. There was 1 left on base. And we go to the top of the fourth inning. Lovington coming up to the bat. Portales leading 11-0. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. Victor Tejeda leads it off. He'll be followed by Jordy Tavera and then Damian Ortiz, 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the Wildcat lineup coming to the plate, needing runs to keep this game alive. Right now, if we get through 4.5 and it's still more than 10, this game would be over. So they need to get Victor going. Victor walked back in the first inning on Saturday, and then his courtesy runner stole a base.
Okay.
I believe that was Weiser, stole the base, and then was attempting to steal third when he got caught down in a rundown. No, it'll be Tejeda leading it off. So 0 for 0 as he steps in here in this fourth inning. So Tejeda, the number 3 hitter, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Cats. Is Mitchell still on the hill for Portales, looking to shut Lovington down. So the lefty will get his sign from Nice, who sets up on the outside corner. And the wind and the pitch, and that one is going to be low and in for ball 1. So underway, top of the fourth inning. Lovington with some work to do. Mitchell with a rather unique delivery. A unique way of doing it. So he sets at the belt and then comes over, and now he'll fire, and that fastball is on the inside corner, evens it up at 1-1. A little bit different delivery. He can tip his pitches the way he delivers. You'll notice it's much more normal delivery when he is throwing a fastball. It changes when he's throwing something that's in the hanging variety. And the 1-1 pitch swung on. That one is lifted in the air to right center, or rather left center, and having to wait on it as the wind caught that one a little bit. Velasco has to head to his right and adjust over, but makes the grab for out number 1. I thought that one might fall in, but as Velasco didn't get a good read on it off the bat.
And I think partly that was because of the sun. The sun's position, I think, is definitely interfering just a little bit, making it a little harder for the center and left fielder to pick up the ball off of the bat.
So now Tavera steps to the plate. He walked his last time up, stole a couple of bases. First pitch to Jordy. Breaking ball, and it's a good one, and it's in there, strike 1.
Yeah, nice pitch. And I'm sure
Not
he's thinking, wow, coulda, shoulda. Maybe get that.
Not much of a break on that noon to sixer, but was enough to not be what he was looking for. As the 0-1 pitch swung on and getting a piece of that fastball, Tavera tips it off, and it'll be no balls, 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. Of course, final game of the season for both of these squads, Lovington and Portales. On what's been a very condensed school sports season. Glad to have been here. The 0-2 pitch swung on, and that's a jam shot. It'll find its way through between third and short into the outfield. On Taveros gets it, and Tavera has the first Wildcat hit of the afternoon into left.
Yeah, very nicely hit ball, a sharply hit ball right between shortstop and third base. So hot grounder is going to put a base runner on for Lovington. They need to work him around, get him in, and try to get at least one other run across so that they're not at a 10-run disadvantage.
And we will have a courtesy runner check into the ball game for Coach Deck as he sends in number 8. I do not have a number 8 on my lineup. Let me see if he put one in. Yes, that'll be Ruiz. So Ruiz in to courtesy run, and the first pitch coming in, and it'll be ball 1 to Bosa, or rather strike 1 to Ortiz. Ortiz, his first at bat. Did not play in those games on Saturday. So a no ball, 1 strike count to Ortiz. Runner at first is Ruiz, courtesy running for Tavera. As Mitchell from the stretch, he goes, and the runner goes. Ruiz with good speed in the throw down, and it is got him. And so Ruiz will be out. Score that one 1-3-6 as Rain slapped the tag on. So 1-3-6 caught stealing, and there are 2 down just like that for the Cats. Did I say it? And can I say it again? We can't buy a break this year.
Well, Lovington trying to be aggressive out on the bases, just trying to get a run across.
A 1 delivery, and that breaking ball is going to nip the outside corner. Strike 2 to Ortiz. A very young team. Only 2 seniors on this team. I don't think there's any juniors. The rest are 8th graders, freshmen, and sophomores. So a lot to build on, and we'll talk about that here in just a little while as Ortiz takes the next pitch away for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Damian Ortiz playing first base today, winning in relief of Jaden Bosquez. As the shadows start creeping from the backstop towards home plate. 1-2 pitch, and that one's inside, and ding dong, that's going to get Jaden, or rather Damian, right between the 1 and 7. So the first hit batter for Mitchell puts a man on with 2 outs, and now Jonathan Aceves to the plate. So Aceves gets some instructions from Coach Deck, as we will have a courtesy runner check in for Ortiz, and we'll check that number for you.
Yeah, he's being blocked by the Portales first baseman right now. I can't catch the number there.
As Price holds him on. That'll be number
4.
4. That'll be Damian Nava.
Okay.
So Nava on to run. And the pitch, and Nava does go. And the throw down, and that's off the mark. Pardon me, that's number 2. That's Weiser. So the stolen base for Weiser. And so a man in scoring position for the Wildcats. Well, again, Coach Deck being very aggressive on the base paths, challenging the arm of Neese.
That's right, because if that throw had been on target like the previous throw, I think we would have had an out there.
As the 1-0 pitch, and that breaking ball is going to nip the inside corner as Aceves watches it into the glove of Neese, and it'll run the count to 1-1. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Weiser courtesy running, stands over at second. From the stretch is Mitchell. He'll check that runner and come with the 1-1 pitch. That curveball going to be outside for ball 2. Again, this ump has not called that pitch for either squad right in that spot. Looks pretty good from up here. We're not right on top of it. As long as it's consistent, it does not matter to me. As the 2-1 pitch, and that fastball is going to hit that outside corner and even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. There are 2 away and a man at second is Weiser for the Cats. They trail by 11 runs, just trying to get anything happening here in their half of the 4th. 2-2 pitch, and that curveball is going to stay high for ball 3. Mitchell throwing that noon to 6 breaker and hangs it up a little bit high. Bring that down about 2 inches, and I have a feeling Jonathan could probably send it off towards Denver City. Payoff pitch on the way, and that fastball in there. Called strike 3, nips the inside corner. 6th K of the ball game for Mitchell, and Lovington goes down and leaves a man in scoring position. After 3.5, it's Portales 11, Lovington yet to get on the board. This is Wildcat Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And in the top of the 4th inning, Lovington scored no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, 1 left on base. We go now to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Portales coming up to bat. They lead 11-0. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Price leads off, and he'll take a hack at the first pitch. A good curveball by Tavera, and it'll be strike 1. So just underway here in the bottom of the 4th. Portales going to come out pretty much, you got to think, hacking at anything that's close as the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot foul down the first baseline. Didn't go foul by much. That would have been a double, maybe even a triple, but it goes foul just before the base bag. Of course, if it stays in fair territory when it goes over the bag, it'd be a fair ball, but it went foul just before, so it's a strike 2, and thank goodness for that. So a no-ball, 2-strike count. Price is the hitter, leading it off for Portales. Price, Raines, Gutierrez, 5, 6, and 7. 0-2 pitch from Tavera swung on, and that one is going to be popped up off the hands. And in foul territory on the right side, making the grab is Tejeda. So the pop out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So it'll be Hagen Raines to the plate. A sac RBI fly out in the 2nd. And then a single in the 3rd. So he is 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. So Raines will settle into the right side box. 1 down, nobody on. Jordy Tavera kicks and fires, and that one going to get away from Tejeda. Ball 1. Nobody on. So no harm, no foul, as they say. Oh, a 1-ball, no-strike count. Final game of the season for these two squads. Right now, Portales trying to make a statement that maybe they've come a long way since the start of the season. Neither one of these teams has had the years they've wanted, as that one is going to be popped up, as coming up is Tavera between the mound and the plate, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So back-to-back pop-outs, and there are 2 away now for Portales as Caden Gutierrez will come to the plate.
Another high pop.
Gutierrez hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 3rd. And the first pitch, and that one's going to come inside and almost hits him again. It'll be ball 1.
Portales held scoreless in the first inning. They scored 7 runs in their second and put on 4 more.
And the pitch is up and away for ball 2.
4 more in their last at-bat. Lovington would like to hold them scoreless here.
Get back to the dugout quickly and give themselves their final chance of the season, maybe, as the 2-0 pitch, and that curveball is up over the head of Gutierrez, and it'll be ball 3.
3 straight.
And actually, I think we've got a new batter in the game.
This is number 24, and that is going to be Pierce, right?
Yes, that is Pierce. You are correct. So it'll be Pearson for Gutierrez. So Pierce, and he will take strike 1 on the inside corner.
That takes sign on all the way. He didn't even blink at that, didn't flinch, didn't offer.
So you got to think Coach Tella is probably going to be putting some of his younger players in. And the 3-1, and that one is going to be away for ball 4. And so Pierce will work the 2-out walk, and he'll head to first. And that'll bring, I believe it's Salt to the plate.
Lovington really needs to try to work on getting that 3rd out while we're in the bottom of the batting order for Portales.
And Coach Tella is going to come over, and looks like he's going to change batters as he's going to put Salt on the bench. We'll see who he's going to put in his place. And that young man is not happy as he tosses the bat. So, I mean, he was announced and went to the plate, so I'm not sure what the deal is here. Again, I thought once you were announced, you had to go into play. I know it's that way in most leagues. I'd have to check the NMAA rules on that, but they're going to put in a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Mitchell, as we wait to see who that is going to be, and it's apparently somebody who was not ready to bat at all.
It may be a senior who's leaving, or it could be a younger player just coming up, but it may be a senior who hasn't seen much time off of the bench this year.
Could be, and it'll be number 33 in that. I think that's Mitchell.
That's Mitchell? Wow.
I guess he's wearing 33 again.
Okay.
So I don't know who our pitcher's been. And the pitch, and that one will be a hard shot, and it'll be just foul. Foul by about an inch, and it'll be strike 1 to Mitchell. No balls and 1 strike. And again, they've had somebody else pitching, and Mitchell does pitch from the left, so I thought maybe he didn't look quite the same, but
interesting.
he is on the starting lineup that we received today as the SP, and the pitch, and that'll be a hard shot grounded to Garcia, goes the short way to Estevez and gets Pierce for out number 3, so it'll be a fielder's choice for Mitchell, and then it'll be 6-4 on Pierce for out number 3. So we head to the 5th. Lovington needs to score 2 runs to keep their season alive. This is Wildcat Baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
General Welding Supply, Inc., the only locally owned and operated welding supply shop in Lee County. Why is shopping local important? There are many reasons. Shopping local keeps your dollar right here in Lee County. The staff at General Welding Supply shops the same stores you do. How about support? General Welding Supply supports local by sponsoring schools and youth sports. Shop General Welding Supply in Hobbs and Lovington. General Welding Supply, a proud supporter of Lovington sports. Find them fast in names and numbers.
In the bottom of the 4th inning, Portales scored no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It's do or die time for Lovington as they trail in this one 11-0. And with the call, here is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan, as it will be Velasco to come in and try and figure and finish things out in this one. Mario Velasco for the Portales Rams, so he will take over on the hill as Gilbert Sanchez, Cayman Ochoa, and Ryan Marquez. It is 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Cats. They need at least 2 runs to keep this game going. So Velasco on the hill. We'll find out who's in center for sure here in just a couple of minutes as the first pitch to Gilbert. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and it is outside for ball 1. Gilbert 0 for 1 in the ball game, was a strikeout victim back in the second, all the way back on Saturday. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Cats are down to their final 3 outs of the season. As the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be a fastball just missing away for ball 2.
Unless, of course, they can get a couple of runs across and extend the game.
Yeah, would love to force a bottom of the 5th inning, to be sure. As the 2-0 pitch on the way, and that one is going to be on the outside corner, called strike 1. So a 2-ball and 1 strike count just underway, top of the 5th inning. Lovington at Portales. It has been all Portales in this continuation. The game started out 2 teams just slugging it out as the 2-1 pitch, and that one's going to be up high for ball 3. Game started with Lovington in a bit of a jam in the bottom of the second, but that first inning just went click, 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 click for both teams. As the 3-1 showing bunt, pulling it back, that's going to bounce off the plate, and it'll be a leadoff walk for Gilbert Sanchez. So Sanchez on, and so the runner that they need is on base. One of the runners they need is now Cayman Ochoa comes to the plate. Ochoa hit a drill back to the pitcher in the 3rd inning. Really a defensive, please don't kill me,
Just a reflex, glove up, right?
Yeah.
Glove up reflex, and caught the ball and kept it from drilling a hole.
Runner goes, and they will toss it over as the speedy Sanchez going to slide in safely. So the stolen base on the throw over, that's one you don't see every day. And so a man in scoring position now for the Wildcats. Ochoa at the plate. They're showing 0-1 on the board. I don't think that's right, but I don't think he's thrown a pitch to Cayman yet. And the pitch swung on, and now that'll be strike 1. So the 0-ball, 1 strike count to Ochoa, or is it 0-2, Dawn? What do you have?
I've got 0-1, actually.
And I believe that's what the umpire just showed, was 0-1. So getting a huge lead off is Sanchez, and the pitch swung on. That'll be a little grounder towards the shortstop. Raines handles it, fires across the diamond, but it is going to pull Price off of first. And so it'll be an infield single for Ochoa. So that'll put runners at the corners, and the runs they need to force a bottom of the 5th are now on for Ryan Marquez. So Marquez with a chance to keep this game alive for the Wildcats. Nobody out, and they are threatening against Velasco.
Runners at the corner. Marquez.
And the first pitch swung on and foul tipped. So Marquez gets a piece of that one. As Gilbert was like a horse in the stocks over there at third. He was ready to go. As soon as that ball got past Neese, he was getting ready to go. And then he saw the hands up foul ball. It's like, oh, man, got to go back. Ochoa leads off at first. Sanchez off at third. Velasco from the stretch gets the sign, kicks and fires outside, and evens the count at 1-1 to Marquez. Diego Brito waits on deck. He'll be followed by Luis Garcia. Cats need to cash in 2 runs to keep this one alive for a bottom of the 5th inning. Velasco sets, fires, and that one will be inside, ball 2. A 2-ball, 1 strike count to Marquez at the plate. Gilbert Sanchez worked the leadoff walk, then stole second. Moved to third when Ochoa got on, and Ochoa is moving, and Neese has a little trouble handling that one, so bobbles it, and so that'll take off the traditional double play. And now runners in scoring position. The 2 Lovington needs in scoring position, as a matter of fact, and it's a 1-2 count at the plate for Marquez.
Oh,
and they are going to
giving
say it's a balk. So a
Uh-huh.
balk on Velasco, and
Ooh.
Lovington is on the board, and it will move Ochoa now over to third as Sanchez trots in on the balk. And, wow, they're going to move him home again.
Wow.
And so I
Well,
don't know.
why-
I don't know why they would
2
give him
runners?
the extra base on that. but
Did he get some talk back or something and
I don't
decided to
know.
award another
So they awarded
base?
the 2
Wow.
bases, and so we will see a
Interesting.
bottom half of the 5th inning as the base is clear now for Marquez.
That's interesting.
That is bizarre. I've never seen that, as that one is going to be popped over and hit the light pole. Thought it was going over to the soccer field. Instead, it's the light pole, and it'll run the count full to Marquez. So we will see a bottom of the 5th inning as Lovington has chopped it down on a 2-run balk. I'm not sure
Yeah,
I have ever called that before.
Interesting.
I know run 1 was the balk. I don't know what run 2 was about, but they'll take it as the payoff pitch swung on, and that one is heading into the parking lot. And so the count will stay full.
Still no outs here.
And
Nope.
Lovington with 2 runs across.
In one of the most interesting ways that we've seen.
Definitely so. So Marquez at the plate. Payoff pitch from Velasco, and that one's up and away, ball 4. And so Lovington showing some signs of life finally here in the top of the 5th inning. We'll turn it back to the top with Diego Brito. Diego struck out in the first, walked in the third, also stole a base. As Portales' pitching coach going to go out and talk to Velasco. Just try and settle him down and settle him in, I guess.
We're here in the top of the 5th inning. Your score is 11-2. Portales leading. Lovington at bat with nobody out and a runner on first.
So a long talk out there. I think he's telling Velasco just, don't worry about throwing anything fancy. Just throw strikes. So Marquez at first after the walk. A walk, an infield single, and a walk, and a balk. As the runner goes, swung on as the throw down from Neese, and that one's good and not in time. And Marquez, good speed, will get the stolen base and put a man in scoring position. It was a strike to Diego. No balls, 1 strike to Brito at the plate. So Lovington going to keep the aggressive base running going. Make Portales score at least 1 in the bottom of the 5th to end this one early. And the 0-1, and that one is going to be in there, called strike 2.
Yeah, that was a nice curve, actually. Took a lot off of that and just kind of looped that right across the outside corner.
So the no ball, 2 strike count is Coach Deck telling Marquez, go ahead and get a big lead. They're not holding you on as the 0-2 pitch curveball swung on. That one is coming back up the middle. Second baseman Tellez handles it, fires it over to Price at first in time. So Brito going to be out 4-3 for out number 1. Marquez will move to third. And so 1 down as Luis Garcia to the plate. If Luis can just do what he's done his last 2 times up, Lovington will cash in a 3rd run this inning. Luis 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to center. As Portales has put the subs in. As Velasco kicks and fires, and that fastball away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. 2 runs across for Lovington. They are trying to tack some more in. They trail by 9. They've scored 2 this inning to keep the game alive. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side. Rains deep in the hole. It's short. Goes over towards third and makes the grab for out number 2. You needed to get that one in the outfield, if at all possible, to get that run home. So now 2 away, and Victor Tejeda to the plate. Tejeda walked in the first, then flew out in the 4th. He is 0 for 1. Runner at third is Marquez. And out in center field now. If my eyes
Taking
don't
Velasco's
deceive,
place.
Davis is out in center, so they moved Davis into center. I don't know who's in right now as the first pitch comes in to Tejeda, and it'll be ball 1. Like I said, when they start putting in bench players and moving everybody around, things get just a bit confusing. It's only 1 ball, no strike count. Velasco has the sign and the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be low for ball 2. Heart of the Lovington lineup coming up with Tejeda. Victor can find a way on. Tavera waits on deck. Victor stabs the plate. Says, I'm ready, come on. As Velasco fires as that one. Yeah, if you were ready, that was the pitch to try and take out of here. Strike 1. Fastball on the outside corner, bell tie. No, a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Taking his time is Velasco. And the pitch, and swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to left field. Going over is Ontiveros and makes the grab for out number 3. So the long fly out to left field will end the inning for the Cats, but they put 2 runs across, so we will see a bottom of the 5th inning after 4 1/2. It's Portales 11, Lovington 2. Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely, the Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, your Napa Auto Store.
In the top of the fifth inning, Lovington scored 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning with Portales coming up to the plate. They lead this one 11-2. And with the call, here's DJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan, as Portales going to be trying to get at least 1 run across to end this one in the bottom of the fifth. Now, we're not sure for sure who all is going to be coming up. We have Davis, Neese, and Velasco, 9, 1, and 2. Pretty sure Davis will. Yeah, Davis is ready to go in, and yep, it'll be Neese and then Velasco. So, okay, 3 changes that didn't happen. As Tavera, still on the hill for the Lovington Wildcats. He's going to do everything he can to keep those runs off of the board. And so he'll face Davis, who walked, had an RBI in the second, had an RBI single and scored in the third. So the number 9 hitter and now center fielder for Portales will lead it off from the left side. So Tavera will step in. Portales, I think, has told his guys be more aggressive at the plate and see what happens. So Davis will settle in as Tavera will kick and fire, and that one is up high for ball 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Portales leading by 9, 11-2. And Davis at the plate. Tavera working quickly. Tejeda gives the signs. That's up high, ball 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count to Davis at the plate. Tavera, I know, wants nothing more than to get out of this one 1, 2, 3 and see a 6th inning out of this. And the pitch, and that fastball is on the outside corner. Good pitch, strike 1. Like Davis content just to watch that one on in. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Neese waits on deck. Tavera starting to find the rhythm work faster, and that one is popped back into the screening. So evens the count at 2-2. Think about Tavera, he's been a little off of his rhythm when he likes to work fast, but he came out working pretty slow in this game. But he has picked it up considerably the last inning plus.
And he just might be someone who just takes a long time to warm up. Sometimes that happens.
So Tejeda down, giving the signs. Jordy ready, and the 2-2 pitch to Davis swung on, and that one is popped up over on the right side, and it will get out of play. And so we'll reset at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count just underway, bottom of the 5th. Portales trying to end this one now. Lovington trying to keep them from ending it. They'd love nothing more than to head to a top of the 6th inning with a chance to cut into it some more, with Portales having a lot of their backups in. 2-2 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to shallow right field. Marquez on the run. Can't get to it in time as it will fall safely foul, and we'll reset at 2-2.
No, that was good hustle, though. He was running full out, trying to get to that, to create an out for his team. So good hustle, good try, but just becomes a continued 2-2 count.
So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Nobody out. Davis leading it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tavera kicks and fires the 2-2 pitch, and that one is in the air. Marquez coming in. It'll bounce in front of him. The little Texas Leaguer, a little Texas League pop to right. And so now Portales has the winning run on base with Chandon Neese to the plate. Neese had an RBI walk in the second, a single, and scored in the third. Now he's got 2 runs and an RBI and a 1-1 on his stat sheet for the day. Actually, I'm sorry, 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 for 2. He grounded out to lead off the game. Don't often see a catcher in the leadoff position, but Neese does have pretty good speed. So that's why he's leading off. Davis with the lead off of first, and the first pitch will be outside, ball one to Neese. Neese jumped on the first pitch he saw back in the third and shot it right back up the middle. The 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first is Davis, who reached on the Texas leaguer. Little bloop single. Outfield playing fairly deep, going for no doubles. As the 1-0, and that one's going to be high for ball 2. Tavera just needs to settle down. They put the ball in play. Trust your defense behind you and field at double play depth.
Neese at the plate, Velasco on deck, Ontiveros in the hole.
So a 2 ball, no strike count, and the pitch swung on, and that is a hard shot, just foul down the third baseline. As Neese was waiting on that one and got all over it, but shot it foul.
It's a hot grounder that hit about a foot in front of the third base.
So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. That might have been a double, and that might have been enough to get this up to 12-2 and in the ball game. So got to be careful. Neese with a pretty good stick. He's not the biggest young man, but I think we've seen he's got a little power, and he'll pop that one and just kind of shoot it foul over to the Portales dugout and even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now Tavera's got to dig deep and see what he's got in the bag of tricks to handle the leadoff hitter Neese for Portales. As a new baseball will come in from the dugout. The Wildcats hanging on, trailing by 9. But the potential winning run on first for Portales in the form of Davis. Davis with a pretty good leadoff. Ortiz will hold him on. Tavera gets the sign from the stretch, kicks and fires, swung on.
Ooh.
That one is lifted high in the air to left field. Ochoa on the horse goes over and will make the grab right at the foul line. Davis will tag up, and he will cruise into second base as Ochoa gets the throw in pretty good. It'll be a fly out to left for Neese, and there is one down with Mario Velasco to the plate. So Velasco will come to the plate, and not in line for the win or the save, but we will have another new player coming to the game. That's Galvan, who we actually saw pitch in game number 1. So Galvan will go in for Velasco. I believe he was over in that first game, and he'll check his swing on the first one, and it's outside, ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count to the pinch hitter Galvan. And it's not going to be Tellez on deck. We'll get that number here in a moment. So Portales clearing the bench and going to let the subs see if they can win it. Davis a huge lead off of second as Tavera kicks and fires, and fouling that one off for strike 1 is Galvan. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count.
That is number 12. That looks like Ontiveros on deck. Ontiveros? Number 12, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I was jumping one ahead in my scorebook. So yeah, it is Ontiveros on deck. So you are correct. Thank you, Don.
He turned so that I could see both of the numbers.
And hopping off of the mound was Tavera. For some reason, I got a little off and was thinking it was Tellez, and I'm like, no, that kid's not quite big enough to be Josiah Tellez. It is Ontiveros. You are correct.
Portales with the potential winning run sitting on second.
And 1 out, a 1-1 count to Galvan, pinch hitting at the plate. And the pitch swung on and missed as comes over that fastball. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. So 1 and 2 the count. Galvan at the plate. Outfield playing about halfway back. Runner at second again is Davis. Potential winning run in scoring position. Tavera sets, checks on that runner, checks again. Now he's going to just step off the rubber and say, yep, I'm not comfortable with this, so let's reset and try again. And again, this is when Jordy gets in a little trouble on the hills, when he starts worrying about the runner. And the pitch swung on, and that one will be hit high in the air to about midway in center field. Sanchez will get it, will fire it in. It's going to be cut off by Garcia. So it'll be a fly out to center, but now the winning run is just 90 feet away with Adrian Ontiveros stepping up to the plate. Ontiveros is 1 for 2. Had a sac fly out back in the third. Singled in the second and grounded out in the first.
Okay. What did the What's the call? The Lovington team came off the field.
I don't know what the call is.
The coach, is it just a timeout? The coach call a timeout? Or?
I don't know what's going on.
That's so odd. The guy,
the base
runner
left early.
Okay.
So
Davis
left early.
Left early. So it was call out 3.
So line out. Actually, no, it would be that would be the third out, but he would actually be out at second. So it'll be a left early on 4. So so we'll head to the 6th inning on a bit of confusion. It's 11-2 in favor of Portales. We're back. More Wildcat baseball from the Walmart Digital One Radio Square Sports.
Hey, all you Lovington Wildcat fans! Lovington sports are in full swing, and at the Lovington schools, they'd like for you to come out and cheer on the Lovington Wildcats. Lovington Schools is the best district in all of Lee County. For more information on the Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net. And don't forget to support the Lovington schools and the Lovington Wildcats.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
As we scramble to try to catch a lot of the changes in the field for Portales, but in that bottom of the 5th inning, Portales scored no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, nobody left on base. And we go to the top of the 6th inning with Lovington coming up to bat. They trail 11-2, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan, Jordy Tavera, Damian Ortiz, Jonathan Aceves, 4, 5, and 6. Due up for the Wildcats. The inning prior ended when the runner Dason Davis left second early on a tag up, and so then was thrown out. So it'll be Tavera to the plate. He singled his last time up. As Jordy going to try and extend the game, and that one will be shot foul down the third baseline, strike 1. Tavera walked back in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. He's 1 for 1 today.
He ended up getting picked off on a throw to second base, or at least his, I think his courtesy runner got picked off, right? Yes.
And so the 0-1 pitch on the way from Tellez outside evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. And again, we'll set Portales for you. Some of them going to be kind of catch as catch can on some of the changes that they have made as the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up into shallow left field. It is a high pop, and the left fielder, Ontiveros, comes over and will make the grab for out number 1. So the pop out with 1 away. We do know that Nice is now at first, so you got Nice catching and Nice at first. Tellez still at second. Munoz is now the shortstop, and Mitchell over at third. So I think that's where we are so far. Damian Ortiz will step in. Damian 0 for 0 was hit by a pitch and left stranded back in the 4th inning. So nobody on, 1 out. And the first pitch from Velasco is going to be outside, ball 1.
Did we ever find out who's playing right field?
I had not caught his number yet. So we'll just catch it when and if we can.
I can't see it from here.
And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going out to right field as the right fielder comes in and on the run makes the grab for out number 2. Turn around, young man.
So
and 24, so.
That's going to be, we don't have a 24.
We don't have.
Which? Pierce.
Pierce, okay.
Okay. All right. Pierce. 24.
Oh, yeah, on there.
Right.
If we turn the turn it over, P-I-E-R-C-E, there we
there
go.
You go.
So fly out to right field, and the first pitch to Jonathan Aceves is back into the screen for strike number 1. Yep, there he is, Pierce, 24. Okay, we got it.
So Lovington has to score,
Well,
2.
they don't have to score, but
they need to.
yeah, they need to score.
They need to score.
Yeah, force them to get at least 2 in the bottom part of the inning. In the wind, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Munoz gobbles it up at short, fires it over to Neese at first in time. 6-3 for out number 3. Lovington goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Our score, Portales, Lovington 2. Back for more Wildcat baseball on the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Season. Don't forget, if you're in need of tubing testing and scanning, call Empire Services at 575-318-6465, 318-6465. Hey, all you Lovington Wildcat fans! Lovington sports are in full swing, and at the Lovington schools, they'd like for you to come out and cheer on the Lovington Wildcats. Lovington Schools is the best district in all of Lee County. For more information on the Lovington Schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net. And don't forget to support the Lovington Schools and the Lovington Wildcats. Hey, all you Lovington Wildcat fans! Lovington sports are in full swing, and at the Lovington schools, they'd like for you to come out and cheer on the Lovington Wildcats. Lovington Schools is the best district in all of Lee County. For more information on the Lovington Schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net. And don't forget to support the Lovington Schools and the Lovington Wildcats.
And welcome back. In their at-bat, Lovington scores no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Portales coming up. They lead this one 11-2, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much. It'll be Adrian Ontiveros. He'll be followed by Josiah Tellez, and then it will be, I believe, Neese instead of Price, but we'll see for sure. So Ontiveros will step in. He is 1 for 2 at a single back in the second and a sac fly, and that one is going to be hit high in the air to left field as going back. That one will be off of the wall in left center as Ontiveros around first, and he is in with a lead-off, stand-up double. I think he wanted to end that one on one swing, Dawn, and darn near did. If the wind's not in, that one's probably gone.
A long fly ball, well hit, and he does stand out on second base, bringing who's supposed
Josiah
to be
Tellez.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yep, it'll be Tellez.
Tellez coming up to the plate.
Hit by the pitch, then a sac RBI, and then a fly out. So Tellez at the plate takes the first pitch, and that's a line shot, and it is going to go right to second, and a race to second, and not in time to get Ontiveros. I thought he might have gotten him. A good play by Aceves at second, and so the line out means there is one down now.
Yeah, and he missed it just by maybe half a step. Being able to make a double play there.
And it will be Neese stepping in, his first at bat of the afternoon in place of Price. Runner at second is Ontiveros, dancing off as Tavera fires the fastball high for ball 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Cats trailing by 9. Portales trying to end it here in the 6th. A leadoff double by Ontiveros. Then a line out by Tellez. Now Neese at the plate. As Tavera checks the runner, comes to the plate, and good breaking ball is in there, evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, 1 ball, 1 strike count as Munoz waits on deck. 11-2 the score. It has been all Portales in this one. But a double balk got 2 runs in for the Cats as that fastball will run outside for ball 2. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Final game of the 2021 baseball season for the Wildcats. And probably for the Rams as well. With the 8-team format this year, as that one is going to get away from Tejeda and go back to the screen. So on the passed ball, that one will move the potential winning run to just 90 feet away, and it's ball 3 to Neese at the plate. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. On the pass ball, Ontiveros to third. 3-1. Tejeda down, given the signs. Tavera ready. Checks on the runner. Takes his time. Now he comes home, and the fastball is going to be away for ball 4. And so Neese will work the 1-out walk, and there are Rams at the corners as Munoz will step in for his first at bat of the afternoon. So Munoz in relief of Raines, who popped out his last time up. But Munoz has a clean book for himself. Checks his wristband after the signs from Coach Tellez. So runners at the corners. Nice at first, Ontiveros at third. Tavera gets his sign. And now he's going to attempt the pickoff throw. Did they get him? Yes, they did. Burn him down. You don't often see it. But Ontiveros got a little antsy, and he is out 1-5 for out number 2. So wipe off the potential winning run off the board. And Coach Tellez is barking at the umpire saying it was a balk. We should have just won this game. And he's not going to get anywhere with that as Ontiveros will head into the dugout with out number 2. Well, okay, so now 2 away. And a run on, and that'll be high to Munoz for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. And Coach Tellez arguing that another balk, which would have ended the game, instead of the throw out. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one will be a line shot right to Aceves, who grabs 2 liners this inning. So we head to the top of the 7th. It's Lovington trailing Portales 11-2. Final half inning of the season coming up from Noalmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, your Napa Auto Store.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
And welcome back to Lovington baseball action. In the bottom of the 6th inning, there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the top of the 7th with Lovington coming up to bat. It is 11-2. Portales leads, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. Gilbert Sanchez will lead it off. Cayman Ochoa follows, and then Ryan Marquez. So it'll be 7, 8, 9 due up for the Cats as they try and extend their season. Need 9 runs this inning if they want to see a bottom of the 7th, as the players out on the mound hugging because they know that they can keep 9 runs from coming across, that this season is over and they'll end on a high note. Lovington wants to extend it out just as far as they can. So stranger things have happened in the game of baseball. Don't know that we'll see it today, but it could, as the first pitch to Sanchez is going to be off the outside corner, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. As Sanchez at the plate, Velasco still on the hill in relief, and the pitch swung on and missed, evens the count at 1-1 to Sanchez. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Sanchez at the plate. And we are underway in the top of the 7th as Velasco gets the sign from Nice, fires, and showing bunt is Gilbert pulling it back, but it was on the outside corner for strike 2. A no ball, 2 strike count. Just underway, top of the 7th inning. Portales in the lead, and the 1-2 inside. Whoa, big breaker. I don't know how that one didn't hit Gilbert, Don.
So
Evens the count at 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
So a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Sanchez at the plate. Nice sets up outside, and the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to just miss outside, and it'll run the count full to Sanchez. Gilbert walked back in the 5th, scored on a balk. One of the 2 Lovington runs on the afternoon. And the payoff pitch from Velasco swung on and fouled back into the backstop. So Sanchez will stay alive for another pitch. I'm used to saying, don't forget, coming up later on this week, or this weekend, we'll have more ball games for you. And we will have a Hobbs game for you tomorrow on Walmart Digital, one Radio Square. Payoff pitch, and that one is going to be outside, ball 4. And so Sanchez gets his second walk of the afternoon, and he will trot down to first. And Cayman Ochoa to the line, to the plate to try and keep the line moving. He had a little bloop single his last time up and scored after he stole the base on the balk argument. So Ochoa will step in, runner at first, pickoff attempt, and back in safely is Sanchez. Gilbert with pretty good speed over there. He did steal second back
That's
in the
true.
5th.
And ended up coming across the plate.
Yep, did score. He gets about a step lead over there as Neese will hold him on and the pitch, and that one is going to get away from Neese behind the plate. And so Gilbert on the passed ball will move over to second. So man in scoring position now. And that was ball 1 to Ochoa, by the way. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Sanchez at second. Coach Deck sending out the signals to Sanchez, letting him know for sure what the situation is. As Velasco will fire the 1-0, and it'll be outside, ball 2. No, a 2-ball, no strike count. Top of the 7th inning, Lovington need 9 runs to see a bottom of the 7th and to see their season continue. So a 2-0 count. And the pitch swung on and foul tipped off of the mask. Anise out, strike 1.
Yep, that's got to hurt. I mean, your mask is there to keep the ball from destroying your face, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt when it hits the mask.
And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Tellez as he wants to check with his catcher, make sure that he's okay. Now the umpire is going to come over and talk, and so we've got a bit of a delay here. So I guess whatever the discussion was has cleared up.
So runner in scoring position for Lovington.
And a 2-ball and 1 strike count to Ochoa at the plate.
No outs.
2-1 pitch, that's outside, ball 3. So Ochoa gonna just watch it as Velasco having a little bit of trouble finding the plate here for Portales. Velasco will set, nobody being held on, and the pitch, that's going to be in the dirt, so back-to-back walks, and Lovington in business with Ryan Marquez to the plate. Marquez 0 for 1, struck out in the 3rd, but walked and stole a base, and was left stranded in the 5th. So now Marquez with 2 on, nobody out.
It's the sixth walk issued in this game.
So Marquez at the plate. 2 on, nobody out. Velasco struggling on the hill, and the first pitch swung on. Lifted high in the air to shallow left field. That one is going to fall in. Ontiveros gets to it as Coach Dak going to wave Sanchez around, and it'll be an RBI single for Ryan Marquez, and it's now 11-3. Lovington scoring the run. So the RBI single for Marquez. He'll stand at first. Ochoa moves to second. So the Cats not going away. Still nobody out here. Like, just keep the line moving as we'll turn it over to Diego Brito. 0 for 2, but did walk and steal a base earlier. First pitch to Diego, swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 1. Oh, a no ball, 1 strike count. Ochoa at second after the walk. Marquez at first after the RBI single. Velasco, the lefty from the stretch. Checks on the runners, now comes to the plate, and Brito swings over the top of a pretty good fastball for strike 2.
Yeah, a lot of pop in the glove on that, and it was right down the pike.
Outfield playing deep, infield looking for the double play. And it's an 0-2 count to Brito. Trying to keep the season alive a little bit longer and do a little more contributing as that one is up high for ball 1. You could kind of see the happy feet there for Brito thinking, oh, do I go for it?
And he thought about it.
Pardon
he
me.
did.
No ball, 2 strike count. Velasco will set at the belt. Now he checks on Ochoa at second, comes to the plate, and that one is going to be away and even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's almost a wild pitch. Neese had to get up and kind of chase that down to his right.
Yeah, saving a base right there. So nobody out, 1 run across, 2 on for the Cats. And the pitch swung on and popped up over on the left side of things. Going over is Ontiveros, and at the line will make the grab for out number 1. So the fly out to left, and there is 1 down. That one went a long way, Dawn. It didn't look like Diego had caught that much of that one, but it sailed quite a ways.
It certainly did. It hung up in the air for a while, too. And even with the sun in his face, it was a good grab out there in left field.
So 1 down now, and Luis Garcia to the plate. Luis 0 for 3. You got to think he is due. He's been pretty dependable for the Cats with the stick all year.
Left-handed batter. Runners on first and second for Lovington. Got the 1 out. 11-3 your score. Portales leads.
As Velasco kicks and fires, swung on, and that'll be a hard shot to second. Tellez goes to Munoz, and he'll get the first into the double play, and so Marquez will be out 4-6. That'll be out number 2. Garcia will reach on the fielder's choice, but now Lovington is down to their final out of this 2021 baseball season, and it'll come down to Victor Tejeda. Ochoa moved down to third on the fielder's choice. Garcia stands at first. So now Tejeda, who's 0 for 2. Couple of long flyouts his last 2 times at the plate. Velasco looks in. Now he'll fire, and that pitch is right down the pipe, called strike 1. Oh, a no ball, 1 strike count. 2 down, 2 on for the Cats. They've managed to put 1 across here in the top of the 7th inning. So trying to keep the season going a little bit longer. Pickoff attempt. Kind of a half-hearted one over at first. Luis back in safely and easily.
Got to be careful. Sometimes that throw can get away from you, and if it gets away enough, that runner at third could be home.
Oh, a no ball, 1 strike count. Tejeda at the plate.
Lovington would like for that to have happened. It didn't.
Yes, they would have. And the 0-1 as Luis goes, and the ball pops out of Nice's glove. So Garcia, we'll go ahead and credit him with the stolen base there. It was not defensive indifference by any stretch of the imagination. And it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Tejeda at the plate. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Garcia at second, Ochoa at third. Cats with 1 run across but 2 outs. Number 3 hitter Victor Tejeda at the plate. And the pitch swung on, and Victor gets a piece of that one, fouls it off. And so now Lovington down to their final strike of the season, Dawn.
Yes, 1-2 count. Couple of runners on. They could stay alive in this. A little 2-out rally going.
Yep, would love to see it. So 1-2 the count, 2 on. As Tejeda settles back into the right side box. Velasco with the sign, and the 1-2 pitch swung on. That'll be a chop shot as the third baseman Mitchell handles it, fires it across the diamond, and airmails it. And so that'll score 1 as heading to second is Tejeda. And so Tejeda going to reach on an E5, and it will score the run as Ochoa comes in. And Garcia moves to third. So Tejeda with the E5 keeps Lovington alive. It's 4. They've got 4 on the board now, 11-4, as Damian Nava will check in to courtesy run for the catcher Tejeda. And now it'll be up to Jordy Tavera to keep the line moving.
So Lovington staying alive.
Yep, chopping into it some.
They trail by 7.
Now Jordy Tavera at the plate. Well, they say, never in baseball until that last out is recorded. Anything can happen, and that will be outside, ball 1 to Jordy.
Yep, yeah, never say never.
Nope, never say never indeed, and doesn't look like these Cats are going to. Velasco gets his sign from Nice. Nava big lead off of second, and the 1-0 pitch outside, ball 2. Garcia not getting just a huge lead off of third. I mean, we've seen a little bit of everything in this game. Balks, a stolen base, a steal of home. Some arguments going on as to whether or not players left early. 2-0 pitch swung on, and good curveball. Credit where credit is due as Velasco pulled the string on Tavera there for strike 1. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Jordy settles back in and come on, let's go. As Nice set up on the outside, and the 2-1 pitch from Velasco. That one is going to be looped off the hands and past a diving Tellez at second. That'll score a run. A little bloop infield single by Tavera. He'll get an RBI, and Lovington has chipped away another one. Garcia scores from third. Nava down to third, and it's an RBI bloop single to right for Tavera. And now Damian Ortiz's turn at the plate. Cats at the corners, Tavera at first, Nava at third. We'll have a courtesy runner check into the game, looks like, for Jordy. Catch that number as soon as we can. That may be Weiser over there.
I
Number
can't tell
2.
either. I can't tell.
So it'll be Damian Ortiz, and Damian, first pitch is outside, ball 1. Of course, if you remember in our first game against Portales this season, before we had a rain and lightning delay, we've had a couple of those against Portales this year. Lovington did put a 7 spot up on the board.
Right.
So more than capable of doing it as Weiser leads off of first, Nava off of third, and check swing. Did he go? Nope, he held it up. Ball 2 to Ortiz at the plate. Jonathan Aceves waits on deck if Damian can keep the line moving. No, the Cats still fighting. They've cut it down to just a 6-run lead for Portales. And the pitch swung on, and the curveball got Damian right over the top of it. Strike 1. It's been a pretty effective pitch for Velasco today. Oh, a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Cats trailing 11-5. A game that didn't look like it was going to get to the 7th as Weiser goes. Pardon me, that's Ruiz as he's down there, and they throw over to third, and that's going to get away from Mitchell, and so a throwing error will score the 7th run of the ball game for the Cats. So Nava comes in on the throwing error, just a little oopsie there. There's a lot of confusion going on, and so now another run in for the Wildcats. They've scored 4 times this inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah,
Yep.
that is correct.
They do.
And Ruiz stands at second with the stolen base. It is a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Ortiz at the plate, so Lovington down to their final strike. And the pitch and check swing.
Ooh.
Yep, he went. Called strike 3. And that will end the season for the Wildcats. But they get 1, 2, 3, 4 across to make it a much more respectable 11-6. We'll come back after a short timeout and wrap up the season. This is Wildcat Baseball from New Walmart Digital One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back. In the top of the 7th inning, Lovington put across 4 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors committed, 1 left on base, and the game is over. 11-6, your final score. Portales wins, and with the final wrap, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn. Morgan, final line, 11 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left on for Portales. For Lovington, making it respectable at the end, 6 runs on 4 hits. They didn't commit any errors today. and they leave 5 runners on base. So not the way the Cats wanted their season to end, but kept fighting right all the way to the end. Of course, a lot for Coach Deck to build on. Only 2 seniors on this squad. Definitely going to miss Jordy Tavera and Damian Ortiz, giving it their all this season. But some good leadership coming back. Diego Brito and Victor Tejeda, both just juniors. They will be back next season. Jonathan Aceves, just a sophomore. So Ryan Marquez, just a sophomore as well. Gilbert Sanchez, a junior. And Damian Nava, a sophomore. Cameron Ochoa, mentioned he was an 8th grader. And Luis Garcia, a sophomore. So a lot of experience. Sometimes you have to take the the good with the bad. And you got to take your lumps with a young team. And that's kind of what happened with the Cats this season.
Yeah, tough season, but good for them for keeping their heads up and for continuing to show up, to do the work, to play the games, and to hopefully get the experience that will help them be a better team next year. So, congratulations. A difficult year for everyone, and good luck next year to the Lovington Wildcats. And it's been a pleasure to be part of the broadcast team to help on several of the games, with the baseball games, with a call for you, and to be part of the Lovington softball broadcast team as well. And,
don't forget volleyball and,
sure.
and
well,
football,
yeah.
too.
Well, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that this will be the last time. I guess it may be the last time for me to be represented on any of the sports. We'll just kind of have to see how all that falls, but it certainly may be. But yes, it's been a pleasure to be a part of football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and I think the only thing I didn't manage to call this year was a soccer game.
Yeah, I don't think I did one of those either.
I don't think we were doing that. But, congratulations to all the student athletes for really rolling with the punches. This has been such a tough year academically and sports-wise. And for those who went the extra mile, who hung in there, who lived through compressed athletic seasons, multi-sport players overlapping and doing incredible things out there. I'm sure it's going to be a good summer, a short summer, and then back to it in the fall, and hopefully in as normal a way as possible.
Hopefully so. And with that, we will wrap up Lovington school sports for the 2021 season. Definitely had a lot of fun, a lot of highlights along the way. Of course, baseball, softball season not over yet. The playoffs will be coming up, and we'll have those for you on our family of streams and stations. So for the entire Walmart Digital One Radio Square sports crew, alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle signing off from Portales. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody.